If Liverpool were the equivalent of Celtic and Leicester were the equivalent of Motherwell, this would be like instead of Liverpool paying 5.1 million per player, they instead spent £46.7 million per player.
Hello, what's the crack? What's the story? Welcome or welcome back to the channel. Today we're checking out some Scottish football again today. I'm absolutely loving Scottish culture, Scottish football. You guys know I'm going to be traveling through Scotland. I'm going to go to the Isle of Arran very, very soon. I'm coming to Edinburgh as well very soon. I'm going to come watch the Dortmund legends against Celtic legends as well very soon. So much Scottish content coming up. But yeah, I've seen this video pop up on my timeline. Why no team except Rangers and Celtic will ever win the league? It's something I've always thought of. In my lifetime, I've only ever seen Celtic or Rangers win the league. And it's kind of like, people tend to say it's such an easy league because it's only Celtic and Rangers that do win. Don't get me wrong, they do lose games, but you don't see them losing like 3 games in a row. It's always like they lose 1 game, then they win like 5 or 6, either Rangers or Celtic. So it'd be good to actually see what's going on. Why is it just these 2 teams that are actually running the league? Let's go.
Do you think it's realistic for any non-old firm team to win the Scottish League in the next 10 years or so? JJ Bull.
So the last team outside of Celtic or Rangers, the old firm, to win the Scottish Premiership was Aberdeen, and that was in 1985. So I think it's unlikely anyone's going to win it in the next 10 years. And I can show you with some data to do with money why that's definitely the case. There's an economic model, there's a book called Soccernomics, and in that they say that the team who spends the most on wages is most likely to win. That makes sense, but it's not to do with transfers, how much you spend on transfers. It's the team who spends the most on wages tends to win. Now if we look at the, this is data I got for the 2019-20 season in the Scottish Premiership, and this ended early because of this thing called coronavirus you may have heard of before. But this is how the wages are split, and as you can see, it's slightly imbalanced. Celtic won the league this year, Rangers finished second, and Motherwell, way down here, they finished third on a points per game basis. Aberdeen finished fourth. They were expected to finish third, but didn't. And as you can see, this is quite a big difference, right? But if we compare this to the English Premier League, we can see where the sort of differences come in. This is the English Premier League from the same season. That's Celtic for comparison, obviously a lot smaller, but that's not what we're talking about. Now, if we consider like the old firm to be the teams most likely to always win the league or expected to, you can call it in England kind of the top 5. So Man City, Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea. I'd say they're the top 5. Spurs maybe just outside it, right, is possibly the 6th. Now, as you can see here, Liverpool won the league this year, right? This is them here. This is in dollars, but we converted it into pounds. Don't worry about it too much. Compared to Leicester, who finished outside the top 4, they finished 5th, which is very good for them to do that. This is them here. That looks like a big jump, right? So you think, wow, well done Leicester. They've done really well to do that. But if we do this, so Leicester finished 5th. The difference in average wages to first, which is Liverpool, it was 1.65. So
Do you know what? When you think of that, I'm sure Forest, Nottingham Forest spent a lot on wages this year. They spent a lot, or did they spend on transfers? Because they were meant to, I think they did stay up. They ended up staying up. Yeah, they ended up staying up. They spent a lot on wages. And we've seen teams in the past spending shit loads on wages. Sorry for cursing. I remember QPR, the season they went down, they spent a lot of money on wages. They signed a lot of big players. They signed a lot of Brazilian. I remember they signed Jose Bosingua. Who else? I can't remember now. But yeah, sometimes it doesn't always work. You spending so much on wages doesn't always balance you staying up sometimes. But I'm guessing with Celtic and Rangers, it's something that they've been doing for so long that players are more likely, if they have a chance, to play for either Celtic or Rangers or play for a lower, I don't say lower, or play for another side. They rather choose playing for Celtic or Rangers because there's more chance. When you play for Celtic or Rangers, all the teams in the Premier League or the Championship sees you as, that's the top. After that, after playing for Celtic and Rangers, you can go play for another team in the Premier League or Championship. But I feel like in the Scottish League, when you're playing for like Aberdeen, Motherwell, Inverness, the next team is either Celtic or Rangers. Then after that, then you go to the Championship or the Premier League. Does that make sense? I could be wrong, but that's what I've seen in the past. Yeah, let's go.
So for every pound that Leicester spent, Liverpool spent £1.65 on wages. Now, Motherwell finished 3rd. The difference in average wages to first is 15.1. This is more, quite a lot more. We can then take that and look at Liverpool's average annual wage per player in 2019-20, right? So they spent £5.1 million per player on average. That's the average salary per player. But if Liverpool were the equivalent of Celtic and Leicester were the equivalent of Motherwell, this would be like instead of Liverpool paying 5.1 million per player, They instead spent £46.7 million per player. This is more. And this is what it would look like which is quite a lot, as you can see there. Now, that's sort of where we're looking at in Scotland. So the Premier League looks like this. The Scottish Premiership looks like this. These numbers may look a bit closer than you think when you compare it to like over here, but it's not, it's miles away. Now, how about we think about just transfers? So sure enough, the model doesn't say that the more you spend on transfers, you're guaranteed to win. That's not how it works, it's the wages. But if we look at transfers, what we find is something else very interesting. Now, this is from this season, the 2021-22 season, right? The total spent by non-Old Firm teams, so teams who aren't Rangers and Celtic, is 1.8 million. And that's actually quite a lot in the Scottish Premiership. That's quite a lot this season. Aberdeen spent quite a bit of money, for example, right? Now, the total spent by the Old Firm in the 21-22 season, £26.5 million. This is quite a lot more. So if we look, for example, Aberdeen's transfer spend, and they are most likely to challenge Celtic or Rangers outside of the Old Firm. This is the team most likely to do it. Aberdeen spent £560,000 in this year, and Celtic spent £24.5 million. That is a multiplier of 43.75. So it's quite big, it's quite a lot more money. Let's compare it to something that more people know about. Now, Man United, they finished second last season, right? Spurs, the team most likely to finish outside of the Old Firms, of Man United and Liverpool and City and Chelsea, whatever you want to call them, right? So Spurs' transfer spend is £86.3 million. Now, if that were the equivalent, and Spurs, like Aberdeen, were trying to get into the finished second even, and Man United, who did finish second, so if this was 86.3 million times 43.75, they instead spent 3.7 billion. This is more. So you can kind of see the problem here. This is a lot more money than this, and this is what Aberdeen would be like trying to challenge Celtic, who finished second. So do I think it's realistic that in the next 10 years or so, a team outside of the Old Firm will win the Scottish Premiership? No, I don't think anyone will ever win it, because I think it's complete.
Sorry, I feel like it's the fact that they're getting so much revenue. Like a Celtic game or Rangers game, you know you're gonna get, like, when I watch, again, I keep saying it because it means so much to me, watching Celtic v Rangers. That game, the revenue per match, God, they're probably making millions when it comes to ticket sales. Obviously you got the hospitality, you got, oh my God, commercial. Again, I seen something in the stadium. When it was half time, I seen on the big board, I could see people saying, happy birthday to their family. Just if you're a Celtic fan, you can do all that. That's probably costing like at least £400-500 each, I'm guessing, to be able to do that. There was loads of that. There's so much stuff that goes in. Obviously, you got is it Tenants that sponsors the drink of it's Tenants, their beer, and you got Cinch, the insurance company. They're probably paying, God knows how much they're paying for to be able to sponsor the league, and they sponsor Celtic as well. Is it Cinch that sponsors Celtic? I think it's Cinch. I think so. Is it? I could be wrong now. I could be wrong. Please confirm that. But yeah, I feel like the teams are getting so much money that they're allowed to, they're getting so much revenue, they're allowed to spend so much on transfers and wages because they know they're getting money about Celtic and Rangers. Apart from Celtic and Rangers, even if you don't live in the UK, you probably wouldn't know a lot of other teams. You wouldn't know about Inverness. You probably know Aberdeen because of the history of playing the European League in the 80s and all that. Hibernian. I knew Hibernian in Ireland because obviously it's such an Irish team with the green, and I think that's why. I could be wrong again. Let me know. But yeah, apart from what other teams do I know? Like when it comes to my head growing up. Celtic, Rangers, Aberdeen, Inverness, Dundee United. I kind of knew Dundee United growing up. Funny story. Yeah, I don't know why. I knew Wraith Rovers, even though they were in the lower league. Sterling, maybe because of, I don't know why they just stuck to me. But yeah, you can see why it's tough. I feel like as the game gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, you're gonna get obviously stars. You're gonna get like Bayer Leverkusen this year. They won the German league. They shouldn't win the German league, but it's the fact that they had the right players at the right time. I think that's gonna happen as well. If the Scottish Football Federation keeps spending money on the younger lads and younger girls coming up, you're gonna get that. That's gonna happen once. Especially the year Rangers went down to the lower leagues for when they went bankrupt. That year, I feel like that was when any team could push, maybe. But I think nothing happened there. I think Celtic just won the league. Confident. Again, I could be chatting shit, but I'm learning. Please do realize I'm learning. I know people are going to say, oh, you don't know shit. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying my best. This is very good. Check I'm going to put the link to the Athletic down below. Very, very lovely channel. Great channel. If you're into football, great channel.
Completely broken. What a great video. Hi, I'm JJ Bull. You may recognize me from the video that you just watched. Well, let me tell you why I'm here in my living room. This was a clip from the Tifo Football Show, which is a new show we're going to be running on Tifo IR.
But yeah, you guys definitely check out the Athletic. Very, very good channel. Yeah, let me know any of the stuff you guys want to check out. I definitely will be traveling down to Scotland soon to watch a lot more matches. I can't wait for the league to start. I can't wait for the League One to start as well, so I can watch my beloved, beautiful Birmingham City. I feel like it's going to be a lot of me watching. You're going to see a lot of vlogs from Birmingham City. That's my number one. I love me watching a lot of Scottish football. I'm not talking about just the Premiership. I'm talking about the Championship, the lower League 1, League 2 of Scottish football. I'm going to be watching literally games that I don't care if there's like 50 fans, 100 fans. That's kind of games I love. I love that, get to meet the fans, talk to the players, hopefully. Stuff like that. I absolutely love that. So if you guys want to see that journey, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you comment. Again, I'm going to Dubai this week, so I might get some football in Dubai. I mean, if there's a local game going on in Dubai, I might go watch it as well, so you might get some Dubai stuff, Dubai football. It's going to be roasting. I'm going to be sweating my bollocks off, but it'd be nice. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.